What's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 281, and we're recording on May 13th, 2024. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And that's it, because Anita's not here.
Oh, no.
To summarize why Anita's not here, I don't know how much I'm allowed to say, but just say she has to go to an event at a different part of the country than where she's normally at. So that's why she's not here.
She's on an unexpected trip, but she's fine.
Yeah.
She'll be back next week.
Yeah, we thought she was just going to be somewhere for the second half of the week, but her plans changed, and now she has to be somewhere for today as well. So that's why she's not here. She'll be back next week. As a reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, join the SojuTalk Discord, and be a part of the nation. Maybe sign up for the Patreon if you want to support us. As a announcement this week, no real announcements, but in the after hours, we're having a classic State of the Nation. So it's going to be a little bit K-pop based, but not entirely. So if you don't want to listen to us talk about other things, you could leave at the end of the show. In terms of the releases, we got 4 of them this week, another big week. tripleS, Girls Never Die, they finally assembled Exodia with this group. All of them were there. We have the man who's in the military but is still releasing tracks. We got RM, we got aespa, and we got Zerobaseone. Those are the 4 artists we are covering this week. First one, tripleS, Girls Never Die. They are from Mod House. So I looked up their discography. The only other track that is considered like tripleS proper is Rising. Everything else has been a unit.
Oh, okay. They call them dimensions, right? That's their thing.
Whatever that BS is. They call them that. But this is the only other one on the discography, at least on Wikipedia, is Rising, which was from the album Assemble, and this one, Girls Never Die, is from the album called Assemble 24. So they've assembled all 24 girls now. We got everyone here. We're all here.
All 24 Avengers. We're here now.
All 24 of them, spread out between girls from Korea, Japan, Taiwan, China, and Thailand. So we got everyone in the house now.
Oh boy. Full house.
Before we talk about Girls Never Die, I want to talk about tripleS on a big picture level.
Okay.
Like,
all right. We can start there. Yeah.
It's so hard to digest. Like, I don't know, man. Like, the thing is, I like a ton of the music that tripleS is dropping, right? Mm-hmm. But for me, as a pure casual who's not into the group so much, I'm not watching the behind the scenes stuff. I'm not buying the NFTs, which is apparently keeping this thing going pretty well, considering they got 24 girls in this, right? I heard that the NFT stuff has been very successful, so they have enough cash flow to make this work. But on a level of 24, like, I thought back when I was getting into Luna, Jaden Jung's earlier project, I was like, that's a lot of girls. And the only way I really understood who they were was by watching a ton of behind the scenes, but at least they had solo songs to kind of get into. But this 24 people, this is tough goings, man.
Yeah. And I can't erase the impression that this final section of the assembly line felt a little rushed, because, like, they had the last couple of dimensions, which is what they're calling units. They came in with their dimension debuts, but that wasn't a full comeback. That was like a pre-release. It felt like a pre-debut kind of comeback that really introduced us to these people, but wasn't a full thing. This kind of feels
like the debut for me, at least. You have all 24 now. Like, this is the group.
This is the full thing. This is it.
Yeah.
This is the one. Yeah, here we go. Yeah?
Yeah, it's just for me, like, on a base level, outside of the music, this independent of the music, it's just a tough pill to swallow. There's so many people, and even when I'm watching this music video, if there's like a girl's like, oh, she's kind of interesting, she's gone after 2 seconds, and that's it, you know?
Yeah.
It's tough goings.
I mean, the thing is, what's really confusing is, like, there's these dimensions, there's a multiple system of dimensions, like there's crystallized and acid angels from Asia, acidized,
Lovelution, Evolution, NXT, Aria, Glow, and some of the units got disbanded, right? Technically,
some got disbanded. Some members are in both, like Evolution and Acid Angel, like stuff like that. It's and then there's these houses. And then the Cosmo, that's a thing. Like,
you know way more than I do. Wow.
I'm looking on their Wikipedia page right now, like the Korean Namu Wiki page, and typically you see concept, logo, music, popularity. That's like the, each of the major sections. Here you got these gravity, house, dimension, a lot of lists,
high level lore, right?
Yeah, like I don't know. It would be cool if we could use like English words that make a little more sense to me. But then again, like, I don't know. I'm with you. It feels like Avengers,
fair,
like literally.
They have
big
that their music videos have that nice Jaden Jung aesthetic where there's a lot of shit that I don't understand that's going on, but it looks cool visually.
Okay.
You got to give them credit for that. In terms of, let's get to the song now. It's a tripleS song. I don't know how to describe it. You know exactly what I mean, though, right?
Dude,
like
we're a professional K-pop podcast. We can't just say tripleS sounds like tripleS.
I never know any of these genres of shit that you guys talk about. I'm a caveman here. I'm saying, oh, dog like, or dog like. This one, oh, dog like, vibe good. But I can tell it. There's a lot of the tripleS music to me, especially this song. It feels like extremely like sterile, not in a bad way, but it's a very sterile sound.
Sterile sound. Okay. Okay. Well, let's break it down. Right. It's a. I would still group this into easy listening. It's got a smooth, chill, laid back chorus. Smooth. Right. It's based on hip hop, but like it's not particularly like rap based. You know, it's not Kendrick and Drake over here. But at the same time, it's like it's got the hip hop rhythm to it. I feel like there's a lot of shared aesthetics between this song and some of their most recent ones, particularly like Girls' Capitalism. Yeah. And I think that's where you're getting a lot of that. Ooh, this kind of sounds like tripleS, because you do have you kind of do have a point. Like this, they've been doing this sound ever since they debuted with what's the word, like the Rising or Generation, even going back. Back 2 years now. They always have been focusing on this kind of chill, but kind of sad, but also kind of like emo, but also kind of like routine.
It's kind of fashionable too. I don't know how to put it, right?
Right. It's a very clean aesthetic, and I think we're getting
clean.
I feel like we're getting a lot of that. Like, what was the word you used? Like,
I think it's getting so clean that it's a little sterile now.
Sterile is the word. Yeah. I felt that too on a different level though, because like
the way I'll describe it is, let's say clean is like, they were all like one color or something. It's like, that's a kind of clean look, right? Mm-hmm. But once we get into like hospital gown level, we're like, this is kind of sterile going on. You know what I mean, right? Like, it's a difference between being in a high fashion store where the walls are white and it's like cubular furniture and things like that. And you're like, okay, this is a very clean looking store. And then we get in a hospital and it's like, I gotta wash my hands before I even walk in this room. You know?
And you got this antibacterial white down your head. Yeah. No, I mean, like, here's the issue. Like, on one level, we've seen this same formula a couple times now. Yes. And I'm seeing a lot of similarities between this one and particularly like Butterfly by Luna. Obviously, a lot of the creative power between this product and that product is very shared. I get that. But at the same time, like, I would like to see these people step outside of what they've done before. Because at the same time, I feel like we've gotten this aesthetic with, the last couple of comebacks of tripleS, like you're talking about. But although, to kind of give them the credit where credit is due, I feel like a part of that was intentional. I feel like a lot of the visual aesthetics between Rising and this track feels shared on purpose. Like, this feels like a direct sequel to Rising. If there's a couple scenes like at one point they're all homeless and then they're in this empty building. And then they're dancing in this triangle format while like going forward, So
it seems like they're living at high floor 16 where they kicked out a door in that level of the building, right? They took over. It seems like it seemed like an empty office building, kind of like a door did the audit, but they went a little too far, so they took out all the furniture. And then tripleS is like, I guess we'll just live here now.
Living here now,
yeah. And then, but even though they're living there, one girl has like a whole PC bang room. But then she gets an ant infestation, but then it turns out she's hallucinating. It's a crow eating a dead crow. Like, there's a lot of crazy shit in this music video.
I can definitely see where the themes are, right? It's like the teenage struggle, particularly with kids who struggle from mental issues or financial issues, or probably both at this rate. And I'm seeing a lot of same motifs that I saw between this one and Rising, and I see the continuation. I definitely do. But like everything else besides that, it really felt like this should have been a little more. You know what I mean? Like we kind of did this.
That's what I've been saying.
Rising. Yeah. Like this theming, this aesthetic, this topic.
It's great. It's nice.
No, it's really appropriate for the topic and for the target demographic and like people like me and a lot of people here. But I think the issue is there's a bit of mismatch, I think, personally, between the topic at hand and the sound and the genre. You know what I mean? Like, there is so much more you can do with this topic and this theming that comes off very, very shallow because you have a very repetitive, vanilla sounding pop song which doesn't really do much. You know what I mean?
I also think maybe some of the crazy visuals they were able to produce on the music video are kind of like, I'm not gonna say waste, that's too harsh of a word, but it's like, I wish we could have gotten a more grand song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think what they can do. So the thing is, now we got all the kids. We got 24, right? When they started to do those 24-person dance sequences, they were amazing.
Yeah.
And that's what they can offer that no one else can, because no one has that many people. Like, sure, you could do it with your backup dancers, but no, these are all the members.
That's different.
It's different. That's what they got, right?
Yeah.
That's different from everyone else.
Yeah.
And when they showed that off, when they're all wearing the gray and they're making these weird like crop circle shapes and stuff, it was so compelling. It was like, holy shit, you can do stuff here that no one else can do. I feel like we got to play more into things that only tripleS can do, right?
I'm with you. And like, the only other example I can pull out that have a lot of groups like this is one that, because this is the only one I'm familiar with. One is the AKB system, and the other is the NCT system. If you look at the AKB system, they really do not utilize the fact that they have a shit ton of members in their music videos. They typically do a lot of glamour shots of one-offs of each member. That's about the extent they'll go to. But with NCT, what's really cool is if you go back to one of the earlier NCT total comebacks that they did, I think like 2022 or something, that they did at the end of the year, they feel very grand. It feels very big. It's an event, it's like, shit, this is the one that I've been waiting for, that you and you've been waiting for. They did this crazy thing where they combined like 4 songs together that they released throughout the year. And regardless of whether you liked it or not, like, it's a very literal concept. It's a very literal combination of the songs, the units that we saw up until this point. I'm not saying tripleS should be doing the same.
No.
I'm just saying there is an opportunity here. And
exactly.
Yeah. It's not
so what I'm
really,
trying. Yeah. So I guess what the crux of what I'm trying to say is, I think that Girls Never Die as a song, it's completely fine. It's good. It sounds great. It's aesthetic, right? Mm-hmm. But I think with the amount of kids we have in this group now, the high level concepting for the concept, what they're starting to show us with 24 people, I need the music to catch up with that. That's basically at least how I feel.
I'm with you. And like, if you could come up with a sound aesthetic that matches the theming, I think that would be even more cooler. You know what I mean? That would be really awesome. Because right now I'm feeling a little bit of a mismatch.
But I could see it. It's starting to get there. They had so many interesting shots, and we got to utilize 24-person choreography more, guys. It was amazing. That was extremely cool.
I'm with you.
For me, if I just take the song as it is, not with my complaints about the mismatch of the concept to the music, it's still a spicy song. I'm going to listen to this all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought it was a really good song.
I'm leaning between low tingly, actually.
Okay.
Low tingly. Only because we've had a lot of songs that match this aesthetic from this group in particular. But
I love this aesthetic. It's so good.
And I feel like this one is a bit more on the weaker side compared to those songs. So yeah. All
right, let's move on. Second one, RM. You're probably wondering, how is this RM guy releasing stuff when he's in the military? But he released Come Back to Me. He is from Big Hit. Last song was Wild Flower, which I remember we all really liked that one. So to answer your question, RM could release this because reportedly they did all of this before he went to the military. So you're allowed to release content that you filmed pre-military. And the way it works is that your company, in this case Big Hit, will collect the money this generates. And then once he is done from the military, he's allowed to access that money. So that's how this system works.
It would be illegal if he's like straight performing, but that's not what he's doing. Right.
No, he's basically just said, hey, I made this before I went to the military. I'm dropping it. It was also a smart move to have his essentially crew cut going on during this music video because it feels like, oh yeah, he's in the military, but he's still releasing this shit, right? I thought that was a smart decision there.
I'm with you, yeah.
Okay, getting to the song though, Come Back to Me. This is not my cup of tea. I'm not saying this is bad though. I'm just saying I don't know. This is one of the ones that I need to be sold on, Warren. I know you enjoyed this one a lot, right?
Yeah, no, I think this was really fucking good.
Okay. Let's go from there.
Okay. What is this song? This is a very different genre from what we saw from RM in the last time we saw him in the last full length.
Yes.
But aesthetic wise, it's not too far off from what we've really felt from from his first full length album. Very different, obviously, from the BTS stuff. It's a lot more indie rock, neo psychedelic rock, if that's soft rock, dream rock, pop. That's the key word there, right? If you're looking for artist references, the most mainstream person I can think of is probably a cross between Frank Ocean and Mac Miller, maybe. In terms of Korean indie, I'm hearing a lot of Wave to Earth, 8-7 Dance, particularly Hyego. When I heard this song, my mind instantly went to Help by Hyego, which is the intro, first track off of their last full-length album. And it has that lazy, it has that kind of chill, kind of soft kind of vibe. That's kind of angsty, kind of emotional, kind of pissed off at the same time. But yeah, at the same time, we lack the energy to do anything about it. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting with this song. And a lot of it, that's the overall aesthetic I'm getting. It's not really a hip hop song by any means. It's not really pop music anymore either. It's just
this is not a K-pop song. It's a song by a K-pop artist.
It's an indie, borderline indie rock. Yeah, it's got a band. According to the press release, it has a sessions from the 5-person Taiwanese band Sunset Rollercoaster and Quo as the guitar and bass sessions. That's kind of Quo. Sorry, that's kind of crazy. On the production side, it's got Oh Hyuk, the leader of Hyego, on the main production.
Really? Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
It makes a lot of sense. Yeah,
a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
In terms of like how it's executed, I all I gotta say is like it's done really fucking well. RM pulled off that like I'm lazy fucking tone really well. Lyrics are really pretty. It's simple. But I'm not asking for a lot of complicated lyrics with these songs. I'm asking for something simple, but something that has depth, and I think that's what's delivered here. And
yeah, very very interesting like delivery too of the notes, right? It's not like a very interesting way to sing. I think it fit the song though. Like it's not my cup of tea, but I thought I could respect what he was doing here for sure. What do you think? This was a very cool music video. I'm gonna need some explanation as to what you think is going on. But at the end of the day, I thought I could see RM doing some acting in the future. It was compelling to me. They were throwing him into like these slice of life moments, right? And I was like, oh shit, what's going on here?
I mean, I never really figured out what the fuck's happening either. But like,
someone said that I read somewhere, someone's thinking like he's visualizing all these different life paths he could be on or something like that.
Oh yeah.
But at the end of the day, he needs to find the one that's the most like comforting or something like that, right? The one that makes the most sense for him.
Interesting.
That's what, and that's kind of makes sense because at the end when they zoom out, probably with the help of CGI, and it's all these different like sitcom sets essentially is what we're looking at, right?
Right.
Or something like that. It's like you got to kind of find the stage that you should be in, you know.
Here's what I got is like, they all felt like forms of love or like positive relationships that you try to handle in some manner. I'm sure the lady was pissed off because she loved him at some point. And like, despite all that, we show a different personality to everybody. You know what I mean? Like the social masks that we show to people are very different. And I felt like that's kind of what it came off as, like different scenarios, different situations, but like a different me per se. How the girl plays into that, I don't know. The girl randomly shows. Maybe the girl's like the girl who he got comfortable enough, and then he pulled out the mask. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
Also, that first scene where you're at the party, people are getting wild.
Yeah.
You're just not feeling the vibe today. Is so relatable, is it not? Right?
Dude, yeah, and it pulls out, and like one guy.
Yeah. Sometimes you're at a party and like people are having a good time over there. There's some random ass drunk people making out over here.
Yeah.
There's some dudes like, you want to go smoke some weed? And you're just like, nah, man, I'm good, right? And you're like, and then you walk home and it's dark out and you're looking around. You're like, I don't know what I'm doing right now, right? It's very relatable. I think most people have that kind of experience at some point.
Now, where this connects back to the song, right? Between the video and the song. There are certain sections in the video where he's married. He's got a wife, He's got kids. Earlier, it's introduced as them brushing their teeth together. The wife, what seems like the wife in that scene, and the girl that he runs into every now and then, and you know, they kind of run away together. They're different people.
Yes.
Yeah. If you look in the lyrics, a lot of it is "Come Back to Me." The song title is "Come Back to Me." You're my pain, you know? So like maybe that girl is the girl from his past.
It could be.
Yeah, maybe that's like first
person,
love.
wrong time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, right That's the name of the album that this is gonna be on. Who knows?
Is it really? Oh shit!
Right
I just said that off the top of my head.
Album is gonna called Right Place, Wrong Person.
It is. I'm looking at the song info. Oh, shit. Okay.
You didn't intend that?
It makes sense then. No, I didn't intend that.
Fuck
I
off.
just said it.
No,
I really just said it.
Shut up.
I mean, I saw that he wrote that, but at the moment when I said it, it wasn't what I was thinking.
Oh,
I
really?
just said it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey, the other thing I want to say is these rich ass Koreans with these modern ass houses. Whenever you see a house like this, you're like, this person got money, dude. You know what I mean? In Korea, right?
I mean, RM got money. Let's be honest.
Yeah. When you look at these modern houses like this aesthetic in like a movie, like these are rich people here.
Oh.
They're not normal people.
A lot of
I thought it was fun. I had a good time with this track.
I think the song was amazing. It is like right up my alley. A lot of familiar names that you might be familiar with show up on the credits, namely Junkyard, Sean Yan, both of which work very closely with Bombing Tiger, which RM has, you know, openly been friends with. I think this is the first time they worked together on a RM project instead of the other way around, so that was pretty cool. Always love seeing Hyogo around. It's, I think, the first time I'm seeing him in years.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he's alive and his heart is beating. And I can definitely tell he wrote the song. But hey, I mean, I like the RM take on it. If this is more of what I'm getting with the next album, hey, I sure, fuck, give me more, please. This was fucking fire.
And obviously we don't know RM personally, but from the footage we see, like I remember seeing this video of him at some kind of award show or some kind of gala before he went to the military, and he seemed to be like, out of all the celebrities at his table, he seemed to be having the most fun. You know what I mean? He just seems like a very like normal dude that got put in this really lucky situation, but at the end of the day, he seems like a very grounded dude, and he's releasing very grounded music right now, I think.
I like the shit that he's doing. I like his last album. I think I'm gonna like this one too. The cover art looks like...
This is spicy for you.
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna give a NA. I'm gonna take a mulligan on this one. I don't know how to rate
off.
it. I don't know. It's a good song. But am I gonna listen to it again? No. You know, it's not my
fine.
But I can respect what he's doing here. I'm gonna take a mulligan.
Oh, one more thing. The music video director is the same guy who worked on Beef.
Beef?
You know the show Beef? The one with Steven Yeun?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know. Let me look at the
Lee Sung-jin, he's the director. He's from Korea.
Oh, this shit. Okay.
Just Beef, yeah.
You know, it's a funny thing. My sister met Steven Yeun like last week.
Oh my god. He's the only American celebrity I've ever met in my life.
Well, she didn't meet me, but she was at the same event as him. Like, my sister works in the Asian America shit.
Oh yeah.
And he was at like this Asian American gala that my sister goes to every year.
He and I went to the same middle school and high school and Korean school. And he came to speak at our event like twice. Second time he came, he was like, "Oh, you're that Korean kid." I was like, "Yeah, hi."
Yeah, and you have a picture with them.
I have a picture with him. Yeah.
One. All right, let's move to the next one. Supernova from aespa. This is a pre-release, so we'll keep that in mind. They are from SM. Last three songs: Drama, spicy. Welcome to my world. So, like last year, the year before, aespa had that. Oh, we're gonna be California girls real quick for a hot second, right? We're gonna go to LA, do some LA music.
Yeah,
we get that. They are full back to the aespa, little bit weird concepts that we originally had with them, for sure. At this point, right? And once we had spicy drama into this, we are full back into the bombastic, little bit weird aespa thing we know and love, right? And I think your enjoyment of this song really comes down to, do you like the aespa cheese or do you not like the aespa cheese, right? Like straight up, Karina just says, I'm like some kind of supernova. Like some people probably say that's a cringy ass line right off the bat, right?
Some kind of supernova.
For me,
sorry,
I think this song's really good. I like this song, dude. It's hype.
Elaborate. Why do you think it's hype? What do you like about it? Give me more.
Okay, I've always said that aespa has a bit of like a cyberpunk chase scene vibe to them, right? And I think this song kind of continues that trend, particularly the chorus where you have like those low basses going on in the background, or the synths as well, right? Those together.
Yeah.
And they definitely continue that trend here. I always think of aespa music as like, if I'm playing cyberpunk and I'm driving around the city, Night City, and they have a radio channels you could turn on and the aespa song came on, it would fit the aesthetic. Right?
Yeah, I can see that.
So they continue that trend, and I don't think they're doing anything like crazy here or anything groundbreaking, but it's a fun aespa song, and I'm down for that.
Yeah, no, I'm hearing a lot of callbacks to stuff like Next Level.
Yeah, I heard people saying Next Level. They heard some spicy in here. Heard some people even saying Savage a little bit.
Yeah. It really felt like a mishmash of all the stuff they've done up until this point, both visually and sound wise. And I felt like that was actually a weak point for me a little bit, because hear me out, like stuff with Savage or stuff with Next Level. It felt like it was a very focused idea and a very focused sound and aesthetic. Savage worked because it was very focused on hyperpop and the very clangy sounds. Next Level was very focused on getting that like boom, 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 boom. That the bass line was the whole driving thing. Here, like they kind of felt like it really felt like they mixed a lot of those aesthetics together without a lot of consideration of how they played together, and that's where it felt like a little short for me. But I mean, that's not the end of the world, really. I'm being a little over dramatic. It's got a nice kick to it, a lot of nice house drums that are kind of, it's a bit on the slower side of this minimal pop sound that they got going.
Did you like the breakdown section in the middle of the song?
Oh yeah. It was not the typical SM breakdown.
I thought it worked for them.
Yeah. It started doing those like bouncy bass sounds, and I was like, this is kind of nice. I kind of like this. It's definitely different from the what Ania likes to refer to as like the jazzy, like R&B soulful sections that we used to get with like Savage and Next Level. But hey, I mean, I think this works too. It's a nice change up.
Music video is wild. Like,
bro,
Karina's a vampire. The beginning,
yeah,
random, and then we just never addressed that again, more or less.
Nope.
And then like Ning Ning's walking around and she's a walking fire hazard. Her shoes are like sparking, and at some point, like Winter gets like spinning around a flagpole, like and she just flies off at one point.
Yeah, she just flies. Okay.
Yeah, that was my favorite part of the music video, and like there's just a lot of weird shit in this music video. Like Ning Ning comes through the wall like the Kool-Aid Man at one point. Like, oh yeah, like Ning Ning's here, right? And then her phone's on fire, or about like literally on fire at one point. And then they do that. And then they do some. Giselle's also in this shit, right?
Giselle's a time travel. Yeah,
she's a time traveler, and it's like also kind of gives the vibe of like Day After Tomorrow, where the alien light is shining on top of your face. You know what I mean? And you're like some crazy shit's going down.
Oh yeah.
Also, the vibe I was getting a little bit there. And then they do this, and then the part I don't like about this movie is the stupid AI shit at the end. Like,
oh, you didn't like that?
There was no reason for it, and it didn't even sync with the mouths very well. It was kind of all over the place.
That was kind of the point. That's kind of, I felt like that was on purpose.
It was giving me the Uncanny Valley shit with AI that I don't like.
See, I feel like they were going for the Uncanny Valley a little bit, and I was like, I see where they're going with this.
I thought it was creepy.
I mean, a lot of things in this video kind of comes off kind of borderline, somewhere between creepy and somewhere between campy. What was interesting was like all these superpowers were introduced for aespa members, and I know it's like probably a one-off thing, but like aespa there's aespa lore around their superpowers.
They already had superpowers. Like I remember Karina was like the punch or something.
Rocket puncher,
right?
yeah, rocket puncher.
Yeah.
Winter's armamenter. Giselle's Xenoglossy.
We just threw that out.
That's
like, it's gone.
Completely gone now.
These are their upgraded SM 3.0 powers, apparently.
Wow. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I wasn't a huge fan. I don't know. The outfits were something. I'm not gonna lie.
I like the track. For a pre-release, it made me excited for the real thing, you know? Like, basically what I got from this track is, they made a nice beat here. It's fun. That's all I really got from this track. Like, the chorus is fun. That's all I really got. They didn't do anything else, to be honest, right?
I don't know. Like, there were these lyrics that were really fucking cringy. Like,
okay, that's fair. Adi bang, you know? It's just like, what? Okay.
The whole, like, so gonna go back. Oh, hey, that thing is like, I was like, dude, what's going on?
You don't like that? You don't like that?
Oh, hey, like, I know Winter's a good vocalist. She does not need to be doing this shit.
Like, you know how, like, if the song's called Supernova, it's like, we gotta mention a bunch of star shit, you know? All of a sudden, right?
Stellar. Can't stop.
I know that's a pet peeve of yours when people do that, right?
Bring the light of a dying star. Oh, come on, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I'm excited. This pre-release got me hyped. That's all I could ask for. For me, like their song, this is spicy. You gotta check this one out.
Oh man. I'm gonna go with mild for this one. This felt like
shit. Oh shit.
I don't know.
Okay.
This felt like a Temu aespa. You know what I mean? Like, we've had Next Level, we'd had Savage. This feels like the 20 Cent version of all that. Not my cup of tea. I'm sorry.
All right, let's go to the last group. We got Zerobaseone. They are from, I think, Wake One now. I don't have it right on my my script, but yeah, it's Wake One.
Yeah.
And their last songs were Sweat, Crush, and In Bloom. These are the boys from Boys Planet 999. And I am a Zerobaseone fan. Let me preface this. I like Zerobaseone. I know all the kids in this group. I was highly invested into the show, right?
Yeah.
I am not a fan of Feel the Pop.
Oh, why do you not feel the pop?
I feel like we got all the accoutrements and we showed off all these cool things, but the song itself I think is kind of bad. You know what I mean? Like, everything else was great. The aesthetic, the flash and the pop and the circumstance, all that was cool.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, not a fan of the song, which kind of, you know what I mean? If we don't got a good song to stand on, what am I standing on?
That's what I was come back to. The song's gonna be good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't hate the song. It was like a bubblegummy Jersey song. Bit of drum and bass, bit of drill in there too, but mostly got this Jersey rhythm to it. First,
can we be done with the Jersey sound? Do you think we're even close to being done with it?
I'm sick of it.
Okay, that's basically what I was asking.
I mean, okay, here's the thing. I didn't hate this. Like, it felt very bubblegummy in a way we haven't seen from a lot of the Jersey aesthetic songs we've had. It's got this nice little sound to it. I was like, this is pretty nice. It's pretty cute. If a girl group did this, I wouldn't complain. You know what I mean? Like, no reason I should complain if it's, since it's a boy group. The chorus felt a little simple, for the lack of the better word in here, but like, I mean, like, it's Jersey at its best. So like, I mean, what are you gonna do? I don't know. Why did you not like the song, dog? I still don't get that.
I think, okay, Stone Music, Mnet, right, who essentially owns this group. I feel like they spent too much time focusing on, like, let's just have as many glamour shots as possible in this music video. Like, I feel like,
okay,
my problem with this song is the song plus music video combination feels more like a fan song than like we're actually trying to build more popularity here. Like I get that they're a popular group, right? I understand that they're gonna sell 1 million albums of whatever the mini album. You Had Me Had a Low is what it's called. But at the same time, like there was so much time spent on just glamour shots in this music video, like where they're not singing, they're just like, oh, you look handsome, let's pan the camera a little bit, right? There's so much time spent on that I just got like, it ruined my immersion. I was like, I understand they're all good looking. I completely understand that. I get it. And that's probably what some of the fans are here for anyway. But for me, as someone who I'm like not super following them on a daily basis anymore, I'm like, we could have done a little more here than just show me how handsome they are 20 times each.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's a
also,
thing with K-pop.
I thought Gunuk's rap section was really cringy. Like, not gonna lie, I did not like his rap section.
The triplets?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad. I don't know what to say. Okay.
Especially when he started with zippy zippy. Oh, you know, I was like, bro, what are we doing here? Zippy zippy, yeah.
In regards to the glamour shot, I think I know it's a thing with K-pop. I typically don't talk about it when it gets annoying for me, especially because I know that is a huge selling point, whether we're vocal about it or not. But I'm with you. Like in general, like we have music shows, we have photo cards, we have, you know, teaser images.
We could release an eye contact version of the music video, which some groups used to do. You remember?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Or they, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of all the glamour shots we typically get. They have, in all honesty, they have always felt a little strong with the way Zerobaseone music videos are produced. Which makes sense. They have a lot of members.
It makes sense. They have a lot of members.
They got 9 kids. I get it.
These kids were picked off of One Picks at the end of the day, right?
They were
at the end.
They came off of a popularity show, so they did come off of a lot about a lot of it came down to like how popular you are in terms of visuals, and I get that, but at the same time, like they're musicians.
I kind of like the harp throughout though.
Yeah,
it added something.
Yeah. The production itself is pretty simple. I don't hate it. I think it works really well. Honestly, like besides that, like the stuff we talked about, I have no real complaints with the song. Sure, the rap is kind of crappy, but like
my complaints are more on the concept than the actual song.
Okay,
right? You know what I mean? I'm not saying the song's trash. It's not a trash song.
Well, no, song's clean. It's nice.
It's very hard to make a bad Jersey beat track. Honestly, I feel
the thing is like Jersey. Okay.
Jersey, whatever you call it, I don't even remember.
I don't think the Jersey rhythm is gonna go away from K-pop anytime in the next like year at least, because so much of K-pop is already between the BPM of 120 to 140, and you can just throw it in anywhere. Just get rid of all the drums and put in the pam 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 pam, and it kind of works. Like it's some of it's gonna be better, some of it's gonna be worse. There are crappy examples. I'm looking at you. Batter up, but hey, I mean, like
I guess for me, it's just like I wish you could have showed more choreo than just showing me how handsome Ricky is for the 15th time. You know, I guess that's my big complaint at the end of the day.
So you do agree Ricky is good looking?
Oh, of course. Yeah, he's young and rich, young and handsome. Ricky, yeah, I understand. he's
young and rich, tall and handsome.
Oh, that was it. Whatever. Yeah. It's been too long, but yeah, I understand. I completely understand. He's good looking.
Oh,
but I just want to see Ricky dance some more instead of just seeing him go like, oh, there's a lens flare. Oh, shit like that. You know exactly what I mean, right? It's like, oh, the sun's in my eyes. Instead of just moving away, I'm gonna look at it sultrily, like, ooh, right? Like, I don't know. Song itself, tingly. I think it's a tingly song. I don't think it's an all-time classic, but it's a good song.
I think it's a pretty nice song. I say upper tingly.
Okay. Other releases this week. There were a lot of them. BM released Nectar featuring Jay Park. Baekho and Big One released Love or Die. Do Kyung-soo, the artist also known as Dio, released Mars. Ascent had a debut with Love Me Do. Bad Villain released Plus 82. They're a pre-debut. We're going to talk about them a little bit in the news as well. There's a notable person in that group. Okay. We had Kim Jae-hwan released a maid, right? I think I spelled that wrong, right? No, it's a maid. Okay, all one word. We had Lee Dong-yeol had a solo debut with Drip Drop. B2B's Yuk Sung Jae released Be Someone. Leo released Come Closer. 17's hip hop team released La La Lee. Artemis, another pre-release, pre-4 air. So this is their fourth pre-release so far. Stray Kids released Lose My Breath featuring Charlie Puth. That's a thing. In Hypin released Fatal Trouble, which I think is a song that's more or less celebrating the manhwa that they're in right now, because the music video is all their manhwa characters.
Oh.
And then Alice, which the group is essentially disbanded, released Milky Way. There's no music video, but there's an audio.
They're not done. They're not done.
Although like 3 of the most popular members are out of the company, they still release this.
It ain't over till it's over.
Okay, Spice King. Last week, Rise Impossible picked up its 3rd crown, entered the Hall of Spice. Zico Spot featuring Jenny was in 2nd place. Excenary Heroes was in 3rd with Little Things. The new candidates are the 4 songs we covered: tripleS, Girls Never Die, RM, Come Back to Me, aespa, Supernova, and Zerobaseone, Feel the Pop. I have Supernova in 1st place.
Wait, what?
I have Supernova in 1st place.
Interesting. Okay.
It's fun. I like it. 2nd place, I'll put Girls Never Die. And then 3rd place, I'm not putting, like, as much as like I understand the other track is not in my chart. I got Zico Spot featuring Jenny.
Oh, that's a good song.
That's my chart this week. We don't have an Anita chart. So Warren, what do you got?
All right. I actually don't have a chart this week. I'm going off the top of my head. I'm going to start with RM. Come Back to Me. I know it's not up everybody's alleyway, but for what it tries to do, it does a pretty good job, and I recommend everybody check it out. Also, the cover art looks a lot like Lil Yachty's last album cover art.
Okay.
Which is like, I don't know. 2nd place, I'm going to go with Zico and Jenny. Spot is still a banger. I don't know. Not much to say there. 3rd place, fuck it. I'm gonna go with Feel the Pop by Zerobaseone.
What? Okay. Wow. Holy shit.
I think it was a decent song.
All right, I'm doing some tallying.
Yeah, you are. Should I go read the Discord results while you're calculating the results?
No, I got them. Okay. I got them. So SojuTalk and SojuTalk Nation and Gochu Gang. I almost called them like Soju Gochu or something, but
what?
Everyone else voted at 3rd place with 39 points, Zico Spot featuring Jenny. 2nd place, aespa Supernova, 66, but with 3 points more, tripleS, Girls Never Die, 69 points, nice.
Whoa.
They are in 1st place this week.
Wow.
As a result, we got a tie for 2nd place between RM, Come Back to Me, and Zico Spot featuring Jenny, each with 5 points. And we have a 2-way tie for 1st this week with aespa Supernova and tripleS, Girls Never Die. So Everyone's happy this week. Let's go. They both received crowns.
Big wins.
tripleS and aespa. Finally, we're at show winners. Warren, hit us with them.
All right, we got some winners who won some shows this week. Namely 17 with Maestro. They got 4 wins on Show Champion, M Countdown, Music Bank, and Show Music Core. That's not to say nobody else won, because Zico won along with Jenny for Spot. They won on the show. And you know, you can't forget about Solar, because she won once on Inkigayo with But I. So there you go. Congrats to all the winners.
All right, in terms of how things are charting in Korea, is Spot Zico Spot featuring Jenny, 1st place. It's pretty dominant right now.
Good song.
2nd place, I've Heya. And then 3rd place, Islet Magnetic. 4th place, QWER.
Oh, wow.
5th place, G Idol.
Oh, wow.
Fate. That is the top 5 right now. Dude, QWER is popping off, they said.
There was a lot of scandals in Korea. Well, not a scandal, but there was a controversy in Korea because they got invited to Penaport, which is like one of the biggest rock festivals. And then a bunch of people
they're like they're manufactured rock, right? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, they were like, this isn't rock music. This is K-pop that with bands, and like the rock fans are like, it's cool, whatever. They're a band. They got guitars, and then like,
and they're cute. It's fine. They could come, right?
The rock fans are chill with it, and then the mainstream folks were like, oh, fuck that. They're not a band.
Who cares? Let them do it. They seem to be having a good time too. Okay. That ends part 1. SojuTalk episode 281. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk K-pop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
All right, we are back at it with part 2 of SojuTalk episode 281 with some news and events from the past week. During our break, Anita's not here. It instantly went not safe for work, and we talked about some crazy shit. I'm not going to say what we talked about, but we need Anita back because it instantly got like ridiculous.
All I'll say is we were on Reddit, and
it was nuts.
I read the top post right now for TIFU, and it's not safe for work as shit. So,
okay,
yeah.
Let's go.
Here we go.
First thing. A lot of these big companies are like Struggle City and they're selling assets and stuff. You remember last week we said that YG's closing the dance studio that they have. Well, now they decided to sell its production company subsidiary StudioPlex.
Oh, no.
They hold 99% of the shares and they've decided to sell 60% of it.
Oh, no.
So they're trying to get out of some of these other things that they own, which is not a great sign. I also heard people talking about how YG in general, the financial numbers, now that Blackpink's kind of not doing their group stuff, they're like, it's dipped tremendously, the amount of revenue, which does make sense on a surface level. Yeah, so there is that. The next one, though, similarly, SM is trying to sell SMCNC and Key East.
Oh my god, wow.
So SM has started the process of selecting the host company to sell its subsidiaries, SMCNC and Key East.
This is huge because SMCNC and Key East are gigantic parts of SM.
Yeah.
That's like you're losing like the lower half of your body.
Well, I guess that Kakao thinks there's redundancy so they can get rid of them. I would guess, right?
I guess.
Probably. Yeah. But, you know, whenever your companies are selling off parts, it doesn't seem like it's the right thing to do, right? It doesn't seem like that's the right direction. But it is what it is. Next thing. So, in JYP world, so JYP and the PD of the Golden Girls shows, which the Golden Girls show that happened last year, are going to be launching a new audition program in the second half of 2024. Okay. It is known that JYP has been personally involved in the selection of the participants of the show. It seems like JYP himself is really addicted to being an audition show host, like a judge on it. It seems like that's his thing. I don't know. And if you're wondering what Golden Girls is, so basically they made a group last year out of like 4 legendary singers in Korea.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, like Insuni, who's extremely famous, right?
Like,
so they had all these.
We got like Korean Dolly
singers.
Parton on here. That's essentially what it is.
Yeah, so they had all these veteran singers, and then JYP helped out make this group, and they did promote. There's a funny video where they meet New Jeans. Yeah. they're like, I debuted before your mother was born. I think something like that was said at one point. Like, some shit like that. And they're like, I'm the Magde. She's like, yeah, I'm the Magde here, and I'm born in like 63. Like, so shit like that happened. So yeah, so JYP is gonna do another competition show. He seems to like doing them. So yeah,
I see a low-key addiction happening, but that's not the end of the world.
He might need an intervention, but it's okay. Next one though. So also we had one of those financial reports about JYP Entertainment where they kind of have to outline what's going to happen going forward to shareholders. Stray Kids July comeback plus comeback in the second half of the year, so 2 comebacks. Nice. Also a world tour, which is probably going to be humongous. Nice. Nayeon's having a solo comeback. That one was already announced in the regular news. Next debut, I believe that's from that's the group from what is it called? Niziu season 2, that thing.
Oh, okay.
We have Loud debut. I think that's from another one of his competition shows. I think.
I can look it up.
I don't know off the top of my head. And then also, Stray Kids and Twice expected contract renewals. They say expected there, but you never know what actually happens behind the scenes, so you'll have to keep tabs on that.
Oh, JYP Loud is the group that is debuting through the program Loud. That was back in 2021.
Yeah, he got it. Oh, that's the one he did with Psy, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you're right.
So those kids won like 3 years ago, and they're still on the shelf right now.
Yeah,
That's kind of crazy.
you can look it up on JYP Loud.
Let's keep going. So there was some FromThis9 news. So I'll explain this once we get to it. Basically, according to tripleS, they're being flooded by requests and love calls to be on a lot of these different programs, shows, festivals, things like that. This is all the result of FromThis9 Chaeyoung. She was like shitting on the company on some of her lives, like some of her fan app stuff, where she's like, why are we the only group that doesn't get to promote, more or less?
Yeah.
And then, of course, they made her apologize the day after. But as a result, people are like, well, the FromThis9 girls want to do shit. Let's get them to do shit. So, yeah.
You know what's been funny about this whole Hype beef situation is like, everyone's like, oh, the 3 Hype girl groups, what are they going to do? There's so much drama. I'm like, no, guys, there's 4. There's 4.
Exactly.
There's 4 girl groups. Guys, I don't want Nugent to get the FromThis treatment, please.
FromThis has kind of been. I think someone on our Discord said they're like a couple weeks from a whole year without any promotions, or like from the last comeback.
The last comeback,
which makes no sense, to be honest.
I think here's what it is. I think it's a It's obviously with everything, it's a combination of stuff. But Unlock My World was relatively pretty popular, but at the same time, I'm gonna guess it didn't see the amount of growth that they were going for. If that makes any sense.
Yes, because their previous EP to that sold 192, and then this, which was a whole studio album, sold 190. So they did not grow.
Okay, so the numbers are the first week sales for the first album was 138,000. Yep. And then the Unlock My World, which dropped last June, was 116,000. Monthly is, I think the number you mentioned, 192,000 down to 166,000, which is, yeah.
So even though they dropped the full album, they did not increase sales, right?
No.
Not great for them, but at the same time, it's like, if you're gonna keep them around, you might as well do something, right?
Also, you gotta keep in mind that everybody's sales have been dropping a little bit. That's also a thing we gotta talk about at some point. Yeah.
All right, let's keep going. So I mentioned this on the other hot releases, but so there's a group coming out called Bad Villain. It's a 7-member girl group produced by BPM Entertainment. One of the members of this group is Street Woman fighter Emma, who's going to be debuting in the group. She's very popular, by the way. She's one of the more popular like K-pop dancer people in general.
Oh wow!
And she's going to be debuting in the group, and I think she's like 23 or something like that. So yeah, she could still do that. So people are on the lookout for that, and cool. I think they had a pre-release. So go check that out if you are a fan of Emma.
Cool. Bad Villain. What a redundant name.
So the Samsung chairman granddaughter, who's going to be in the Black Label's new group, she dropped out of the group reportedly.
You mean Shinsuke chairman?
Oh yeah, whoever chairman. Let me see the Naver article. Is it Shinsuke or is it
I thought it was a Shinsuke.
I thought it was Shinsuke too. Why let me translate. Yeah, it's Shinsuke. I don't know. K-pop charts. Why can't you just like English translate the article here? So Shinsuke chairman, not Samsung. Still a giant corporation in Korea.
Of course.
But this girl ain't about that life. I don't think she wants. She's like, I'm rich already, guys. What's going on here, guys? But she reportedly dropped out of Black Label's new group.
That's fine, I guess. All right. Goodbye.
Yeah, honestly, she probably don't need it. Let's be honest here.
Go have fun with your life. Don't do this.
Next one. So Adore shared that Nugent's Haein will not be participating in upcoming promotions for the group's single House Suite due to a microfracture in her foot. She previously visited a hospital in April due to pain and discomfort and discovered that there was a microfracture. Unfortunate. Given the timing of all this.
Really is, yeah. Hope she feels better soon.
Next one. Okay, so you know how Brave Entertainment is trying to replace Brave Girls right now, right? They have a new group, Candy Shop.
What a name.
One of their members, Urina, is temporarily halting activities, and Brave was like, all right, this girl's kind of out right now. We're going to recruit new members, guys. We're going to do it. We're just going to get new people in this group.
Oh.
Within the week, they announced a new member.
Oh.
New member, Julia. So, you can't make this shit up.
That was fast.
They're like, we're gonna recruit new members. They're like, a couple days. All right, we got someone. Julia. This is the new girl. Straight like, can you believe that shit? I don't know.
Okay, that's cool.
Hey, welcome, Julia. You're in Candy Shop now. Good luck. Good luck at Brave Entertainment. Yeah. Next one. So everyone and their mother announced the tour this week.
Okay.
And NCT Dream, they announced the Europe stops: Rotterdam, Copenhagen, Berlin, Paris, London. Right? Those are going to be happening in October and November. And then they also announced the North American leg of it. So Latin America and North America. So Bogotá, San Paulo, Santiago, Mexico City, Los Angeles, Oakland, Fort Worth, Duluth, Belmont Park, Washington, D.C., Chicago. So these ones are going to be in August and September. And then they're going to go to Europe in November.
Nice.
Boom. USB Arena, so they're booking... they're booking full-on arenas now. Not stadiums, but arenas. So that's pretty good.
That's pretty big.
All right, let's keep going. G-Idol World Tour: Seoul, Hong Kong, Tokyo, Tacoma, Oakland, Anaheim, Houston, Rosemont, Belmont Park, Taipei, Bangkok, Macau, Melbourne, and Sydney.
Oh, man.
The fact that they're doing Belmont Park means it's USB Arena, which is in Queens, which means they're doing arena-size stages.
Oh, wow.
Also going to be very big.
Indeed.
That is good for them. You know, pre-pandemic, I had tickets to go to a G-Idol concert, and it was in like some 2,000 person venue in northern New Jersey. Something like that. Like some really small venue.
Yeah, well, now it's not the same G-Idol.
Look at them now.
Yeah.
Right? Look at them now.
It's not the same G-Idol.
Nuts. Yeah, so shout out to G-Idol there. Next one, Artemis World Tour. New York, Atlanta, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Houston, Dallas, Phoenix, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Tacoma, Minneapolis, Chicago. Everyone and their mother is touring right now. They're doing that. Next one, we got another one. Studio Pav announced Billy. They're going to be going on tour in Europe. Starting in Europe. Maybe they'll come to the US as well. Or North America. So Billy's touring. Who else do we got touring? We also got Even. They're touring. If you're a fan of Even, you can go look up their stuff. They're in Montreal, Chicago, New York, Atlanta, San Juan, Fort Worth, Mexico City, Los Angeles. Everyone is touring right now. Let's see, do I got another one? I do. So this group Ascent that just debuted this week, they're gonna tour North America.
Is that a showcase?
I don't know, but this group literally debuted this week. They're gonna be touring in September.
Okay, we'll see you guys in September. Back
and then so that ends all like the regular news. We do have a couple updates into the Hybe, Minijin, Adore, Civil War.
Oh shit.
Only like two big things happened. The first one was that Adore was very unhappy with like the audit that's going on right now. They reported on the 9th that Hybe carried out an audit on a female fashion designer for about 5 hours, and the process, as they claim, was conducted illegally. So they said, quote, Hybe's audit team began auditing Adore style directing team leader around 7 p.m. on the 9th after work hours were over. So they basically said, you guys stick around for this audit. The audit lasted 5 hours past midnight on the 10th, and eventually they followed the staff into her own home.
Oh shit.
Stealing not only her laptop, but also her personal cell phone that did not belong to the company. So a non-company phone they took. They conducted an audit that went well beyond the scope of duties, including making demands. In addition, they abused their authority as auditors by making very serious threats, such as, quote, if you don't cooperate, you'll have to go to the police station, end quote. This, and Adore says this is an unreasonable act that puts psychological pressure on our staff. Despite that, the schedule was discussed earlier in the morning, and the course of audit was a clear obstruction of business. So Adore is saying they went so far. We talked about when this was going to happen. It did not happen then. It happened that night. They followed her into her house. They took her phone, which they shouldn't have. Not a good look, honestly. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about this, right? At one hand, they got to do the audit at some point, right? If they're going to get to the bottom of this. But on the other hand, it's like 7 to midnight, and then you follow her home and steal her shit.
There was a Hybe responded to this, and Adore responded back to it, and then Hybe responded back to that. That was a whole fucking day. What other excuses for one of the reasons? I shouldn't say excuse. One of the reasons they went that late during the day was because they came to work that late that day. At which Adore said that's a lie. So again, another situation of he said she said.
This relationship just doesn't seem solvable, and to really hammer that home, right? More or less, we're gonna get into the Korean article. It's live translated, but like the New Jeans parents, the parental units, have planted the flag in the pro Adore Minijin side this week.
Yes.
Like hard planted it. So basically, some of the New Jeans, one of the mothers of the New Jeans members, had a phone interview with Daily Sports, which is a news agency, right?
Yep.
And they basically went on and corroborated everything that Minijin is saying. They said like, hey, we were also worried about the plagiarism shit. They even mentioned it right here. They were worried about the plagiarism and other things like that. And then some new things started to come to life. They were like, my kid told me that Bang PD doesn't even greet the New Jeans members.
Sorry, what do you mean?
So apparently, Bang PD got in an elevator with the New Jeans members, and he didn't even say hi to them. He kind of just ignored them. And they're like, are we at that level of a relationship here? This is before all this blew up. So these are some of the gripes that the parents have with Bang PD and Hybe.
I mean, like, the way it's written in the article, it sounds like it was a situation of they went into the elevator, they said hi, and then Bang PD just ignored them. I don't know if it's acceptable in Western culture by any means, but, like, I don't know. Like, just ignoring someone's hello is just kind of just...
And then Hybe
like
more or less
fuck
responded
you.
by saying Bang PD may have a facial recognition disorder, which is why he did not recognize your kid and say hi to them.
But wouldn't that make you say hi even more?
Yeah, and that's what right here it said. Even if you don't recognize who it is, if someone says hello to you, don't you usually say hi back?
Right, you say hello. Who are you? Why do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I had a situation this week where I was in K-Town in New York.
Mm-hmm.
I was walking to a dinner, to a dinner reservation, and then someone came up to me, a clearly Korean-looking dude. He came up to me and he was like, "Yo, Warren, how's it been? I gotta go to Jonah, but you should catch up." And I was like, "Yeah, totally, I got you." And I walked away, and I spent like 20 minutes trying to figure out who it was, and it was a coworker from like 2 years ago I worked with.
You were like, who the F is this guy?
Like,
right? Is that what you were like?
Yeah, the point is, I still said hello back. I feel like that's a sensible thing to do. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
The other things that are coming out from this article was there's like two other things. The first one, they said like the parents met with the CEO Park Ji-won, and basically they're like, the dude showed up late to the meeting. He was kind of an asshole throughout the whole thing. It's like, how are we supposed to like side with Hybe when even their CEO is being like an asshole to us, is what the parent basically was saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's what was really interesting about this report was alongside it, they dropped apparently what is the original email that the parents sent to Minijin, which motivated Minijin to, forward that email to the Hybe folks and start this whole feud. It was a long email of, here is why we think New Jeans girls are being mistreated, why
Why we think they're being plagiarized. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
All that is a part of that large email. So what I'm getting as a takeaway from all this is that if this Ilgan Sports Daily Sports report is true and they're not making shit up, it really feels like, okay, this perspective that we have is it feels dimensional now. It feels like, okay, I see where you guys are coming from.
It feels like the parents felt this way. They spoke to Minhee-jin agreed, and now they're all in this fight together. That's what it really feels like.
Right.
And then the final thing that came out, Warren, talk about this long break that people are discussing.
So, what was really interesting about this alleged interview discussion between the CEO and NewJeans' parents was that essentially after this series of activities, this comeback, they're gonna get a reward of a very long break. They were gonna go on break for a long time. This was apparently because they are trying to finesse together one of the major Grammy-winning producers to write for NewJeans going forward. Apparently, that's going to take a year and a half to put together. The TLDR should be taken away from that. One is that HYBE wants a Grammy writer for NewJeans, and two, they're going to be put on vacation for a long time, which is people are interpreting that as code for they're not going to get promoted for a while.
Yes. So a lot of this comes from an interview that they also had with that Mr. A guy, the one who transferred to Adore.
Yeah.
And he basically said that CEO Park told me like, hey, we want a Grammy producer. And the Grammy producer said it's going to take a year and 6 months. And he says that's like, and basically they're like, well, so I guess that's the long break they're talking about. Right.
Right.
And then people are like, is this long break the goal of this just to promote other girl groups at HYBE while NewJeans is shelved, right? That's where people are speculating, and that's how this becomes a big discussion, right?
I mean, if you're sensible enough and you know you work for a K-pop company, you should know that a break of a year and 6 months is not good.
Yeah.
That's a terrible idea.
But at the same time, they acknowledge, like, yeah, they're going to get a long break, but they're also planning a world tour at the same time. So that's kind of conflicting a little bit in that case. But we're getting a lot of mixed signals here is what I'm seeing. Because they said, yeah, HYBE said they're going to make them take a long break. But at the same time, they said, but we're also planning the world tour. So how does that line up, right?
Also, what really rubs me the wrong fucking way is that HYBE wants to get a Grammy writer for NewJeans, which sounds like a great idea on paper, but at the same time, it feels like the fucking stupidest corporate idea I've heard in a while. The reason NewJeans popped off is because their music is very different from what was mainstream and is mainstream. Getting a completely different creative power between the music of NewJeans, to me, is like, that's like the stupidest business fucking mindset I've heard in a fucking while. Just complete misunderstanding of why your product is selling. You know what I mean? Like, get your shit together. I know you did a fucking terrible job at Nexon. Now you're doing the same shit at HYBE. Like, don't fucking run this into the ground, man. Terrible idea. Don't do this.
Yeah. So the main takeaways from what came out: number one, Adore and HYBE are fighting over, was there a weird audit that happened on one of the members of Adore, right?
Yeah.
Number two, parents are pro Minhee-jin and Adore side. Number three, people like Mr. A, who has insider information, obviously, because he was previous at HYBE. They talked about how the CEO basically said they're going to take a long break to get a Grammy writer, but at the same time, they're planning a new tour, so it doesn't really make sense what they're talking about there. So a lot of mixed signals here. I don't know.
On top of all this is something we didn't get into. There's also another feud about a stylist and where the money went to. This one I didn't really read into. I don't think Doug has a report on this either. That's also an interesting thing. Maybe we'll cover that in the future, but that's a whole nother.
So that's pretty much the update. We just got a lot of allegations flying around. I would say the only concrete thing we got here is that if this sports article is to be believed, the parents are pro Minhee-jin. That's the main takeaway this week, I would say. It seems like the parents are pro Adore / Minhee-jin. Take that for what it is. I feel like that complicates things a lot more, to be honest.
Oh, it's going to be the good old half hundred situation again. That's what it is.
In terms of music next week, not a lot. DX Mon, WIB, WHIB, NCT's Mark, that's a big one. Sorn, and a debut from a group called Next. And that's it for next week.
Oh, shit.
Okay, that ends part 2 SojuTalk episode 281. After the break, we're going to be doing a classic State of the Nation. A little bit of it is K-pop based. A lot of it is probably not. So if you want to just leave, we'll see you guys next week. If you want to stick around, we'll see you then. 3, 2, 1.
And here's an extra special shout out to all of our Fiesta Patreons on patreon.com. Bagel, Charles, Cotton Ball, Ellie, Irv-Tron, Gogu Mama, Honey Pools, Liam's Games and Toys, Luke Daniels, NJ Parks, South Texas Once, Siu Sumi. And thank you for joining Soju Talk, your weekly shot of K-pop.
Special thanks to our Discord server mods: Jacob, K Music Erday, Koala, Max, No Bias Nuda, Tuggles, and Wolf297.
All right, we are back at it with the State of the Nation. We haven't done this in a while. We're just going to update you guys on some of the things we've been doing, maybe in real life or what we've been watching, things like that.
You've been doing all right?
Yeah, I've been doing okay.
You're like, okay?
The business has been picking up.
Yeah, that's good.
I had a process. So imagine a fish that's like this big, like 7-8 inches.
Okay, not too big. Yeah.
I had to process about 1,500 of them last week.
What do you mean you have to process them? How
I had to freeze them. We had to freeze them. We have to sell them to freeze. Basically, there's a shortage of them, but we have one guy. The fish is called a bunker. We have a bunker whisperer. This guy's the best bunker catcher we've ever seen in our life. And there's a shortage, so we're like, well, we got to get a lot of. We sell them fresh and frozen. Fresh for like fishing, frozen for crabbing. No, he's a like a horse whisperer. He's this like. Bunker whisperer means someone who's like knows where they are always.
Oh, I thought you meant the fish is called bunker whisperer. I was like,
no, it's called bunker. It's called just a straight bunker.
Okay, fish is called bunker. I'm sorry. All right.
Yeah. Look up fish afterwards. And you'll
bunker fish, not the army thing. Oh.
Yeah. It's like that. You chop them up and use them as bait, right?
Oh, okay.
There's a shortage, so we're like, oh shit! If we can't even get enough fresh ones now to sell for fishing, how are we gonna have enough for crabbing once the summer pops off, right?
Oh, okay.
So we sent our bunker whisperer. He normally fishes locally, but we sent him to Connecticut, and we said bring back as many as you can. The dude brought back like 900 one shot.
Oh wow, that sounds like a lot. Is that a lot?
It's a shit ton. Normally we order like 100 a day.
Oh
yeah. He brought back 900 one shot. This dude's a legend.
Quite literally got everything he could.
I mean, dude made off with like a lot of money one day of like for a couple hours of work, but it was worth it.
God damn.
That's what's going on in the fishing world. Let's go into the things I want to talk about. First one, there's 2 things. Okay. Which one do you have first? Okay, 2 shows that I'm watching. Let's talk about the K-pop one first. Island 2 is happening. It seems to me on this show, there's 2 girls got eliminated. We got 18 girls left.
Oh.
It's fairly obvious that this is a show that I don't know how many spots there are, but there's about 10 girls who got a shot. The rest of them do not.
Oh,
That's
shit.
all I'm gonna say. It's very obvious. There's like a top half and a bottom half.
Already?
And
okay.
they even separate them into island kids and ground. Yeah, if you're on the low end, you're a grounder. You're shitty. You're a ground.
God,
kid,
wow.
Right?
Are we in episode 5 now? Okay.
There's class warfare. Essentially, right now, because last round they jumbled it up where they made an island team versus an island team and a ground team versus a ground team. So now half of the kids swapped from the good to the bad.
Oh.
So we're all effed up right now. Like there's shitty kids in the good team. There's good kids in ground. Like it's a mess.
That's a terrible idea. Why would you do that?
Yeah, and this week what they're doing is there's 3 performances. So the island kids are doing 3 and the ground kids are doing 3. And it's a head-to-head.
Okay.
Each battle that island loses, 6 ground kids come up. So we might have 9 ground kids switch if island loses all of them.
That's an uneven mix.
Yeah, it's a mess. It's a complete mess right now. Like they might swap another 9 when it's already messed up. So it's that being said, it's fairly obvious who the best kids are on the show. My favorite kids are what's their name? It's Huko is my 1 pick, and then Junggeun is my 2 pick.
Huko and Junggeun Choi?
Yeah, those are my 1 and 2 pick.
Oh.
That girl's they're both like top 3 most talented.
Oh.
So
I remember
they're both gonna make it.
1. Yeah.
Nice. It's been okay. I would say that. All right, this is a hot take. I think that the YGX, a lot of the mentors are YGX, right? They pretty much all are, other than Monaco.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the judges are a little biased in certain situations.
Oh,
that's all I'll say.
Spill. How are they biased?
One of the songs this week was Nunko Ip, and I don't think it should have won, but it did.
I mean, Taeyang.
That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. I think both performances were fantastic, so we were splitting hairs, but I think they gave it to him because it was Taeyang's song.
Because it is a Taeyang song. I mean,
that's all I'm going to say.
Okay. We're about halfway through the season now, yeah?
Yeah, they haven't implemented any fan vote yet. Like, it hasn't had any result. It's been all mentors up until now.
Wait, really?
Yeah, so I don't know, like, I guess people are still voting. I don't know how the voting at home's been going on. There's been no fan impact so far. But all mentors.
Oh, that's a little lame.
Yeah.
What's the point?
I don't know. So that's Island. It's still fun to watch. We watch it every week at my house. It's a good time.
I mean, I'm glad you're having fun, but like, I would like to vote if I could.
Let's move on to my second thing. There's a TV show that came out like a month ago that I watched all of it like the week it came out. I binge watched it. I stayed up till like 4 a.m. one day to finish it because it's so good.
Wow.
It's called Fallout. I'm sure many of you have watched it at this point. It's on Amazon Prime if you want to watch. So a lot of you have primers, so you can watch that. It's a TV show based on a video game series. To summarize what the show is about is basically, let's say it's a alternate reality. Let's say that the microchip was never invented, so everything is analog, kind of 60s aesthetic, 50s aesthetic still in the country.
Ooh.
More or less, at some point, there was a resource war between all the big powers in the world. And in 2077, the US and China nuked the whole world into oblivion, more or less.
Nice. Cool.
And if you were rich enough, you got to live underground in vaults to protect you from this impending nuclear wasteland that was going to happen. Everyone knew that there was going to be a nuclear war. It was more or less, when is it going to happen, right?
Okay.
So rich people or fortunate people lived in these vaults underground. Now, the Fallout as a series takes place 200 years in the future. The people who made the vaults assumed that everyone on the surface was going to die when the nuclear war happened, right?
Right.
It didn't happen. People lived on the surface for 200 years, and a lot of the stories revolve around people who lived in the vaults, their ancestors for 200 years, coming onto the surface and encountering the new world. That's how it is.
Oh shit. Okay, so the children of rich people
of these vault dwellers come out, and they now interact with the world and the people who have been living on the surface for 200 years.
Who are probably fucking traumatized.
They're traumatized, or they're crazy, and their society has different rules now, things like that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Wow. I mean, personally, I've never played or watched any of the Fallout franchise things, but
yeah, there's ghouls also. Those are humans who ate so much radiation that they turned into zombies. So a lot of those ghouls are from 2077. They've been around for like 200 years.
They've been alive for 200
They've been
years?
alive. They are turned into ghouls. They're basically immortal, and they can't suffer any of the consequences of radiation anymore.
Is that why he doesn't have a nose?
Yeah, he's essentially a living zombie.
Oh, that's terrible. I would like to smell. He can't really smell anymore.
So that character, not a huge spoiler, you'll find out within the first 10 minutes of the show, that guy's been around for like the whole time.
Oh, that's terrible.
He was around before the bombs went off. Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah, so yeah, and then on the left, that guy in the metal armor, he's from the Brotherhood of Steel.
Oh.
They're like a kind of quasi-military cult, religious cult that wants to get all the technology from the past back. So their hunt is to get technology.
Oh.
old world technology is what they're interested in.
Interesting. And
So that's the show.
this show's been really good, is what I'm hearing.
Yep, 3 main characters. Main girl, she's a vault dweller. We got the zombie guy, and then we have the techno knight. Those are the 3 dudes. Those are the 3 main characters.
Techno Knight.
And you follow them on their adventure.
Interesting.
It kind of watches like the video games are very violent, which the show is. A lot of death, a lot of violence, a lot of gore. So there's a warning there, but it's a fun time for sure.
All right. Follow the Ghoul, Maximus, and Lucy on the Prime show Amazon
Yeah,
Fallout.
it is now Prime's most watched show for like the first viewing period, like week or so, something like that.
Really? Wow.
So the equivalent is K-pop albums, the most sold in the first week. That's this show now for Amazon Prime. That's what this show is, and it's already renewed for season 2.
It's wasn't that record previously held by Bad Boys? Was it?
I think so.
Yeah. Bad Boys was really big. The one about the shitty superheroes was really big too. I forgot what it's called. I'm sorry.
The Boys.
The Boys. It's really confusing because one's Bad Boys and the other's The Boys.
No. Fallout is supreme over.
Supreme over. Wow. Okay.
And also, Fallout it's extremely lore accurate.
Oh, really?
Like, I'll put it this way: they have the creators of the video games and Bethesda Studio, the people who make the video games, on the team making the show with them to make it be lore accurate for the most part. Like, there's very few complaints. It's very accurate. If you did something in the game, they're basically having to choose which of the endings of the video games were canon as they go along.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, so it's answering a lot of questions like, oh, this was the canon ending of this game.
Man, as a Star Wars fan and seeing how Disney dealt with that shit, I'm like kind of jealous because like they did not do a good job with managing lore after.
Not a huge spoiler, but at the end of season 1, they show a backdrop of one of the video games, and the whole point of season 2 is we're gonna get to see which ending was canon. They have to address it.
Oh,
which is going to be very cool.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So it's very true to the game and the lore and things like that. It's a great series. Highly recommend.
Okay.
That's all. That's kind of it. Yeah.
I will have to check it out. I'm looking forward to that new Star Wars show with Lee Jung-jae in it.
Yes.
Acolyte. I still can't believe you got a Korean actor on a Star Wars show because he was on fucking Squid Games and that shit somehow went global, worldwide popular. I don't know, man. Like, some of these shows, they're stacking up to look really good.
So they kind of want you to be like, hey, that's the guy from Squid Game.
That's
right?
That's the guy from fucking Assassination. Like,
hey, in the poster, Mans has a lightsaber, right?
Oh, dude, he's a full-on Jedi. Like,
he's a full-on Jedi. That's gonna be crazy.
Look at this lad. Got
Master
long hair
Soul.
and shit.
Master Soul.
Have you seen The Thieves?
What?
Have you seen Thieves?
No.
From 2010. Shit.
Oh, Dodukdu. Yes, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Movie.
It's
Yes,
got
I've seen
Chun
it.
Ji-yeon, Kim Soo-yeon. That really propelled Lee Jung-jae into popularity. And back
Hey,
then,
Mans now in Star Wars.
he's a real guy now, apparently.
with Trinity from The Matrix, right?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. With Trinity.
I mean, he's a good-looking man. Look, dude, he's 51 years old.
Hey,
50
all
fucking
if
years old.
it's kind of one of those things. If Marvel or Disney ever approach you to do something, you say, "Of course, I'm gonna be in this shit." Are you kidding? Right? Like,
yes.
of course,
I'm
put
doing
me
it.
in there. Yeah, and he probably gets to keep a lightsaber. Awesome.
Anyways, go check out go check out Island 2 and Fallout. I think, was it like 2 weeks or so ago? I took a family vacation. I went to Utah. I was gone Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I was supposed to take a red eye. I'll get to that. That didn't really
Warren
happen.
is now a Mormon. Converted.
That is not true. I'm no longer a
Grand Canyon. Or is this Antelope?
This is neither of those. I went to I don't remember anymore. I should. Bryce Canyon was the first one.
Okay.
This was Bryce Canyon. I went to 3 national parks. It was a very tight schedule. It was a huge canyon. Rocks were very orange. I say that as if it looks really lame. It looks really fucking amazing.
No, it looks amazing.
No, yeah. I quite literally felt like I was on another planet. Like
The U.S. Southwest is beautiful.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, I've been to the Grand Canyon. Don't get me wrong. This shit was something else, man. Here was me. Look at me, all excited to go hiking and shit. All I did while I was there was go fucking hiking, and honestly, like, low-key had fun. This was Zero National Park. We were barely there. We had to do a thing in like a day, but like, I was like, man, I look like I'm in Jurassic World or some shit. Like, look at all these fucking clouds. Do
you mean, is it Zero or Zion?
Zion.
Oh yeah, Zion. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Zion National Park. We were also in the Salt Flats in Utah. That was really cool. God, that kind of looks like
cool.
the Uyuni Salt Flats a little bit.
Yeah. That's where they do all the land speed records.
Yeah. There were some honestly, okay. I shouldn't have done this, but I like picked up some of the sand on the ground and tasted it.
It was salty?
It was very salty.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I know, right?
Nice.
Got all of my fucking shoes. This was the Canyonlands National Park in Moab. They call it the islands in the sky because you look up and it's like you look out and it looks like islands in the sky. And
I could see that.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking dope. Here was me. I was photobombed by this random white lady.
She's having a good time.
She's having a good time. She's
fashionable. She's fashionable.
Dude, look at her shades.
I know.
Look at her.
The shades hair combo.
I know. And then how blue this sweater looks. So I can ask for. Then we went to the Arches National Park, which was like,
wow.
We hiked up a mountain and he sat on top of a fucking rock and there was these huge arches. It was kind of crazy.
Oh yeah, you could see for scale how those people are so small.
Yeah, no, like look at how this is a human being right here. These two.
Holy shit.
And then this is a fucking arch. And then the whole time I'm on top of a fucking rock and like you could literally fall off and die. And like, it's full of tourists.
This week a customer came to the shop. He's like, we've seen him before. He's like, yeah, I was at Everest Base Camp like 2 weeks ago.
What the fuck?
I was like, okay. What? Okay.
It's crazy.
He said he didn't want to climb it because he's gonna die, right? Of course, yeah. But he said I went to base camp. People still die at base camp from the exposure.
Yeah, so. Getting there itself is really hard.
Yeah, he went to base camp. I was like, holy shit. He was like, yeah, I thought about it and went and did it.
Anyways, I went to this family trip. It was really fun. I had a lot of fun.
Nice.
It was really cool to get back out to the nature.
Yeah, considering you live in concrete jungle.
I live in a concrete jungle. I fucking work from home most of the times. So like I'm home all day, all the time. I was supposed to take a red eye back on Sunday night. Right? Flight gets out. The flight was boarding at 11. And we like left Moab to get to the airport, so it was like a 2-hour drive back. We left 6 hours. 6 hours before the flight. So we were supposed to get there like 4 hours early. And then we go, then we stop. Like fucking dead middle of the fucking road. The entire drive, everything I can see is a fucking, huge traffic jam. And then I go look online, and then there's this crash up ahead. Apparently 2 trucks that were driving on the opposite sides of the road.
Somehow collided
head to head.
Holy shit.
And they had to get a helicopter to like fucking, get these people to the hospital. And at this point, I was really fucking pissed off because I'm about to miss my flight.
I remember you were texting us and you were hella pissed.
Yeah, I know. And then I heard about that and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, right?
I was like,
you're pissed, and then you drive by a car and there's like a car on fire. You're like, oh shit, okay.
Oh shit, I should be grateful of what I have,
Exactly.
Really puts things into perspective. That's what happened.
And that's why Warren missed the pod. That one. That's why we moved it to Tuesday last week or something. Yeah.
Was it?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And then we came back into the whole mid-engine thing. While this was happening, I was like doing research on the fucking mid-engine thing, on the fucking driveway, on the fucking flight back, and I was like, oh man.
I got a small bladder. I would have peed my pants.
Oh no, people are getting out to pee on the fucking streets all the time.
Yeah, I get it for sure.
Someone was walking their dog. Like that was a thing too. It was really cool.
No, I get that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's been really cool. Music's been really fine. Trying to think of anything else. You keeping up with the Kendrick Drake beef? And it's kind of over now.
All I know is that K Dot, which is what you youngsters call this man, won. That's all I know from my perspective. That's all I know. All I know is that they don't like each other. There's accusations flying left or right. People are calling each other colonizers and pedophiles. People are saying, I can't be a pedophile, I'm so rich. All I know is that it seems like Kendrick won based on a couple of the songs I listened to.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm kind of with you.
That's what it feels like to me. And, you know, you could have just looked at Kendrick Lamar's bars from that BET freestyle back in the day and know he was going to win a rap battle.
I mean, like, why would you get into rap beef with Kendrick?
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, I mean,
especially when you're Jimmy from Degrassi.
I know we've been saying Big Three, way before what's his name, J. Cole mentioned it a couple months ago, but like, I felt like Kendrick had kind of moved past that a long time ago.
J. Cole was the smartest man in this whole thing, and then he even like played into the memes and was literally on the beach like a week later.
Yeah, I know. He
chilling.
just pulled out. Yeah.
Yeah, he was working on some music on the beach, and people came and took pictures with him.
I was like, I would do that too. Like,
and he's like, I'm in the good state of mind. I ain't worried about this. Y'all can kill each other.
He just wanted the good, you know, like competitive beef, and then suddenly, you know,
it took a lot of maturity to be like, I went too far. I apologize.
Yeah.
I don't want any of this heat. I'm good.
I mean, the whole mixtape was called "I Might Delete This Later," and I was like, where's your confidence, man?
But it's got blown up a lot. I feel like Kendrick won, and then Drake's getting crazy stuff at his house now. We heard there's cops getting called all the time. I don't know. Just seems like a bit of a mess, but. Hey, you got some interesting music out of it, so that's all you can ask for. It made K-pop relevant in the mainstream news. First time in a while.
I know, like mainstream rap and, like, K-pop are, like, very different genres, but, like, it was a cool musical event. Like, if you don't listen...
Oh, it was fun. It was fun, but I was, like, at night looking at Twitter, I'm like, oh, is there a new song going to be released? Oh, right?
Yeah, because the lad was dropping tracks, like, twice a day or some shit. And I was like, dude, you gotta chill.
Hey, Drake's ghostwriters got really tired, man. They had to stay up all night writing them lyrics for him.
That last track from Drake, The Heart Part 6, was so terrible.
It was bad. It was bad.
So bad.
It was bad.
The lyrics
I don't even know
so
anything
bad.
about rap, and I was like, this man did not address anything, and he just said, I'm too rich to be a pedophile. I was like, okay, dude. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, weren't you sexually abused? And I was like, oh shit, you went there? I was like, you went there?
You went there.
Okay. It's like, okay, dude.
Lad was like, this guy's pulling A minor, but my fan's got a B sharp. And I was like, that's not a thing, man.
Yeah. So that happened.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we need another Korean rap beef to re-energize the community, don't we?
Nah, Korean hip hop is we're going through a break.
It's pretty dead in the water.
We're going
right
through
now.
a break. We're going through.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened to remember Teriyaki Girl, Doug? I know you know about Teriyaki Girl.
Yes,
yeah?
Yoonhwae.
Yoonhwae, yeah.
What does she do?
You know she left her company a long time ago now.
Oh, she did. Okay.
That whole company Swings is running is falling apart. AOMG is falling apart. Like, what's the company called? So AP Alchemy.
Wow, I'm looking at Yoonhwae's Instagram.
Yeah.
She looks way different from what I remember her looking like. She looks like she's found a lot of peace in life lately, to be honest.
Her makeup changed. That's what it is.
Yeah, she looks like a normal human being now.
She always looked like a normal human.
Look.
She always looked normal. What do you mean?
Okay, dude. Some of the looks were kind of crazy back when they were in the full swing of things.
Oh man. Yeah, Korean hip hop is going through a bit of a mole. I'm not gonna lie. It's going through a bit of a phase with some controversy here and there.
Remember, like, the biggest controversy was like, oh, Jackie White hasn't released anything in like two months. What are we doing? Like,
now the whole company she joined is falling apart. So here we are. AOMG,
right.
yeah.
that I heard there was the big exodus, and people were like, they were playing that before Minoy's shit went down, right? I heard that, like,
yeah,
that's the rumor, right? Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just not a good look when like all the artists that made you popular is like not there anymore. Like, Loco's still there, but like, you know, Simon D's not there, Code Coincidence there, Gray, Uwonjae, Lehigh, Cha Malone, Sogum, like they're all not there anymore. It's like, god damn.
All right. Sort of like Warren waiting in to drive to the airport. My bladder's about to burst as well. So we'll wrap it up soon. This has been SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. Thank you for joining us this week. We will have Anita back next week. We'll see you guys then, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Go Arsenal. Woo. Bye.
Come on, you Gunners.